in your dreams.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another Genshin Impact video, and today we're going to be talking about Scaramouche's character development. By the way, if you happen to like the content, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. Also, disclaimer, I don't dislike or hate Scaramouche. I also don't condone the taking of lives of cats. Even though cats do have 9 lives, do not take the lives of cats. But I do want to talk about Scaramouche's character development because I do think, in my opinion anyways, that HoYoverse kind of fumbled the ball with Scaramouche's character. By the way, I'm not perfect on every information, so if I do get something wrong here, please let me know in the comments. Anyways, the first introduction of Scaramouche is technically in 1.1 during the Reconciled Stars event. I think we at least encountered him at least maybe 2 to 3 times. I think the first time we meet him, he's basically like, hello, I'm investigating meteorites and shit, and the second time we meet him, I think he tries to kill us. And towards the end of the Reconciled Stars event, he basically like goes into a dream, wakes up from it, and then finds out that Teyvat is like a lie, and that's basically the end of the event. Yeah, by the way, I should probably mention that, you know, spoilers. Anyways, that was pretty much the first introduction of Scaramouche, and I think it was a pretty good introduction, right? He kind of gave off the Gary Oak or Silver vibes. He had a very arrogant asshole aura around him, right? And that asshole edginess around him is basically what makes him pretty popular among the Genshin fanbase and what makes him unpopular among the CN players. Fast forward to Inazuma, we meet him again, or for the first time for newer players. I do believe when you encounter him in Inazuma, he does have different dialogue depending if you did the Reconciled Stars event. However, the dialogue isn't really that much different because it's basically, you know, if you've met him, then he's basically like, oh, it's you again. But if you've never met him, he basically just introduces himself. Anyways, we come to find out that in Inazuma, he's basically selling the corpses of dead gods to the Watatsumi army to fuck them up real good, basically. The corpses of these dead gods act as delusions, and delusions basically drain the life force of anyone who's been using them too much. Even though Scaramouche isn't like the real mastermind, he was basically manufacturing them for Signora. Scaramouche did this because, well, he's just an asshole. Anyways, we encounter him here. He was about to fuck us up real good until Yaimiko, the wife, basically came to save us by making a deal with Scaramouche. Yaimiko basically handed the Gnosis of A to Scaramouche in order for Scaramouche to let us go, and that's basically it. He flees from Inazuma, never to be seen for quite a long ass time. Now, his personality is still basically the same, right? An arrogant asshole that just does things because he's just an arrogant asshole. I think from one of Child's lines, I think he explains that Scaramouche is not that very well liked among the Fatui because of his asshole personality. And we basically see that throughout the Reconciled Stars event and from encountering him in Inazuma. We still see more of this personality once we encounter him in Sumeru. Sumeru, he teams up with Dottore in order to use a Gnosis to turn Scaramouche into a god. And since Scaramouche is on his way to become god, he becomes a lot more arrogant. He starts talking mad shit, telling us, taunting us about, you know, what are we gonna do about him, right? He's basically god level. So why is Scaramouche such an asshole anyways? What's the big idea here? I think in one of the Scaramouche trailers, there was like this thing called the 3 Betrayals, and you know, that basically explains why Scaramouche is an asshole. The name 3 Betrayals sounds very cringy, and I do think that this is a part of fucking up Scaramouche's development. So Scaramouche gets betrayed 3 times, and that's basically why he's an asshole. First time he was betrayed is by Raiden A. Scaramouche is a puppet developed by Raiden A in order for Raiden A to make a weapon out of her Gnosis, I believe. But since Scaramouche had such a calm and gentle nature, she felt bad about making Scaramouche into a weapon, so she basically abandoned him and put him in like some shed or something. This was the first betrayal, and I think this was pretty good as a betrayal on like why he became an asshole. If my own parent abandoned me, then yeah, I'd probably be an asshole too. Second betrayal was by a friend. I don't remember too much detail about the second betrayal. I think it was more than just a friend. I think it was betrayed by like multiple humans, or humans that he have considered them as family. Since Scaramouche is a puppet, he doesn't know what it's like to be human. Doesn't know what it's like to be hungry. He never needs to eat. He never needs to sleep. He never needs to pee or poop. And since the humans around him never seen him do any of these things, they start to question, well, what the fuck is Scaramouche? Is he even human? And they discover that he's not a human because he doesn't do any of those human things. So they start to ostracize him, and I think one of the friends was like a blacksmith, so Scaramouche starts developing a vengeful hate for blacksmiths and basically killed like most of the blacksmiths in Inazuma. So this was the second betrayal, and I think it was a pretty good betrayal, right? You know, since Scaramouche is a puppet, he gets betrayed by other humans when they realize that he's not a human. The third and last betrayal was kind of stupid in my opinion. Scaramouche befriends like a sickly kid, and the sickly kid basically promised Scaramouche that he would like be alive. But since the sickly kid is obviously sick and ill, he couldn't keep his promise to Scaramouche and he ended up dying. When this sickly kid died, Scaramouche felt betrayed by him, and you know, I think it's kind of stupid. Like, do you really expect this sickly kid to be like alive in 10 years, Scaramouche? Like, come on now. Anyways, I don't think the last betrayal was very necessary, and I don't think it was necessary to call this shit the 3 betrayals. Just say that he was abandoned by his mom and ostracized by other humans because Scaramouche is a puppet. That's it. They didn't need to call this the 3 betrayals, and that last betrayal was just plain stupid in my opinion. Anyways, back to Sumeru. Scaramouche is basically on his way to become God. He's basically fused with this machine. We stop him with Nahida. We also find out that Dottore was partially responsible for the second betrayal, which means that Dottore was manipulating Scaramouche the whole time. Keep in mind, because of the second betrayal, Scaramouche was very angry towards the blacksmiths of Inazuma and basically pulled an Uchiha massacre to these blacksmiths, except for like Kazuha's family. Anyway, since we defeated Scaramouche, he's basically powerless and is now basically Nahida's bitch boy, and he can't exactly go back to the Fatui since he, well, for one, he feels angry towards the Dottore, and even if he did come back to the Fatui, they would probably just kill him anyways, since Scaramouche at this point is no longer as powerful as he was. So Nahida discovers like this big ass ancient wisdom tree. She sends Scaramouche to go there since Scaramouche's puppet body basically allows him to like do shit with wisdom trees. Nahida sends a traveler along with Scaramouche to keep an eye on Scaramouche in case he does something evil, since at this point we don't really know what Scaramouche's true alignment is. So we get to this big ass ancient wisdom tree of knowledge and shit, and you know, Scaramouche basically uses this ancient knowledge tree to erase Scaramouche's existence. Since Scaramouche does feel bad about pulling the blacksmith massacre, he wants to erase his existence so his friend that was a blacksmith could like live on. Scaramouche erases his existence, but this doesn't really do anything because of how the flow of destiny works in Teyvat. Even if you take something away, the result will still be the same. It'll just happen in a different way. So the blacksmith massacre still happens, but it's done differently. Anyways, this whole existence erasure is what fucks up Scaramouche's character in my opinion. Because once Scaramouche erases his existence, he basically reverts back to his gentle, calm self. And he still kind of technically exists, but since the traveler is not from this world, they are the only person that are able to remember Scaramouche. After this existence erasure, Scaramouche is an innocent, pure person at this point. But what was the point of erasing Scaramouche's personality and existence if he's just gonna get back his OG personality in 5 minutes? I think what they were trying to do is just make him a playable character but also redeem him at the same time. However, if he was just gonna get his OG personality again anyways, what the fuck is the point of erasing his existence and personality anyway? If they wanted him to be playable and keep his asshole personality, why not just have him stay as the villain? Why bother going through these loops to redeem Scaramouche? What's wrong with having a playable villain? Just have him stay as a villain. Fate Grand Order is probably the only gacha game I can think of that lets you roll for straight up villains, because I don't know, why can't Scaramouche just stay as a villain? If Scaramouche encounters Dottore again, the encounter will be shit because Dottore's not going to remember shit. If Scaramouche encounters Raiden A again, the encounter will be shit because Raiden A will literally not remember him since Scaramouche erased himself from existence. The way that HoYoverse tried to redeem Scaramouche was kind of shit in my opinion. Redeeming a villain should take time. It shouldn't take like 10 fucking minutes. You also have to think this rationally. You have this villain Scaramouche whose memories basically got wiped. Why the fuck would you want to give him his memories back? What if he decided to be evil again? Also expecting to believe after Scaramouche's new existence, he's been wandering Teyvat all these years. He never made a new friend. He didn't do anything extraordinary. What the fuck has he been doing all these years? Was he just stroking his puppet dick with his animal powers? I think this erasure existence thing was just lazy to redeem his character. They could have done it in a totally different way. Here's how I would redeem Scaramouche's character. He becomes God in Sumeru. Once he's complete, he flies over to Inazuma to fight Raiden A, to prove to Raiden A that he's God now, and he starts wreaking havoc in Inazuma. Raiden A and Scaramouche could have had a pretty epic fight here, mother versus son. Traveler will also join in alongside with Nahida. Hell, maybe put Ito in there as well. I think Scaramouche and Ito could have had some pretty interesting chemistry. Because for one, they're both non-humans, so they know what it's like to be ostracized by other humans. Ito at least tries to befriend humans while Scaramouche just repels them away. They both know what it's like to be lonely, so Ito could have like talked no jutsu Scaramouche into like joining the Arataki gang. Anyways, Scaramouche fights A, Ito, Traveler, and Nahida. Nahida uses her Hack's powers and they eventually win. Ito uses Talk no Jutsu, Scaramouche makes up with Raiden A, and he befriends Ito and joins the Arataki gang. There we go. I just redeemed Scaramouche's character for you, miHoYo. Anyways, that's gonna be the end of this video. Let me know what you guys think. Who do you think is the worst written character in Genshin Impact? Let me know in the comments and be civil about it, and I'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye now. Come again soon.